Hi guys and welcome back to Clearview Driving. Today I'm doing another mock test and this is for Mohamed. Now we've been driving for quite a while now. We had quite a few breaks actually. Now your test is in, is it 10 days?
8 days.
8 days or so. Now this is our second mock test. The first mock test he drove really well but made 2 serious faults, but that was just with his manoeuvre, which you were quite surprised about actually.
Yeah, I didn't realise that.
But at least you're now enlightened and kind of know what's expected of the manoeuvres there, so that's good. Alright, so before we get started, could you tell me about the general condition of your tyres to be roadworthy?
There can't be any bulges or cuts or slashes in them.
Okay.
And the tread depth has to be 1.6 millimeters.
Alright, sounds good. So, for the test today, I'm not going to use a sat nav, I'm just going to give you instructions throughout. So throughout the drive, follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I will tell you. If I don't say anything, keep going straight. If you're not sure where you're going, you can always ask.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you ever go the wrong way, don't freak out, just stay nice and calm.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one manoeuvre and we may also do the emergency stop, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so when you're ready, we're going to get started. Hi guys and welcome back to another mock test with me. Now throughout this video there are various highlights of what you should be doing. Everything in green is what you should be doing on approach to junctions. Anything in amber is advisory or it could be a minor fault. Anything in red is serious or dangerous. On approach to this left turn, Mohamed slows down and switches back into first gear for better control as he cannot see into the new road. Take the next road on your right, please. Okay, Mohamed, if you could just pull in and park on the left before the grey car. Don't worry about the drives on this one, okay? Thank you. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, using the vehicle in front, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would carry out the parallel park exercise. Okay. So start alongside the vehicle in the road, then reverse back and finish within 2 car lengths and try not to touch the pavement as you do this.
Okay.
Before starting to reverse, always do an all-round check, making sure that you thoroughly look over both right and left blind spot. The right blind spot check is vital at this point. As you start to steer left, the front of your vehicle will start to swing into the road, so you need to always check over your right blind spot whilst you're reversing. Mohamed uses really slow clutch control, which gives him more time to be able to look around while reversing and also enough time to be able to steer into this space so that he can park very easily. Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. the last parked vehicle on the left, Mohamed moves back towards the left-hand side, making sure that he leaves the vehicle enough clearance. At the end, turn right. Coming up to this T-junction, after the white van passes, Mohamed moves back towards the left-hand side of the road to make sure he's not over the centre line at the T-junction. As we got to the T-junction, there was nobody approaching from the right-hand side, so Mohamed starts to slowly go forward, going up onto the cycle lane, making sure both sides of the road are clear before emerging completely. When it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demonstrate how you switch on the rear demister. Turn it off. Following behind a larger vehicle, always leave enough space in front in case you need to move around them. You've got enough space to do so. Whenever you're behind a large bus, always be wary that the bus may stop occasionally at bus stops along the left-hand side. Roundabout, turn left, it's the first exit. On approach to this roundabout to make a left turn, Mohamed positions round into the left-hand side of the road, going up to the giveaway line in a good position. Whilst in this position, you should be looking all around, not just towards the right-hand side. Sometimes pedestrians may step out the road in front of you. Now this isn't a fault, but it's a good idea to look ahead as well as the right-hand side. On approach to the bus at the bus stop ahead, Mohamed uses his mirrors and signals to overtake the bus. As we're approaching, the bus driver does change his signal to start moving into the road. At this point, we should have given way as it was safe to do so. Mohamed continues, and the vehicle behind us also carries on and overtakes the bus. Now this wouldn't go down as a serious fault, but it would go down as a minor fault. The approach to this pedestrian crossing is very good. We've got a really smooth brake on approach to the stop. As the pedestrian makes their way into the middle of the crossing, Mohamed selects first gear, scanning both sides of the crossing before continuing. Okay, when we get to the next roundabout, I'd like you to take the fourth exit going towards Northampton. As you move into a roundabout, it's always a good idea to check the mirrors towards the left as you enter, in case of vehicles from the left that may straight line the roundabout, just like this van did. As we came off this roundabout, Mohamed shows good awareness and planning as he notices the bus ahead in advance and uses his mirrors and signals to overtake in good time. As soon as we get past the bus, he uses his mirrors, signals back and moves back into the left-hand lane, which is the position for normal driving. Take the next road on your left, okay? Turn left at the very end here. As there are parked vehicles all along the left-hand side of this road, we do not have priority. Mohamed deals with the oncoming van really well by slowing down and positioning in the middle of the road to give the van enough space to get through. If needed, you can give way on the left-hand side of the road. If you can pull in and park up on the left, please. Whenever you're trying to pull over and park on the left, always try and park within about a drain's width from the pavement and try and avoid driveways when parking up. Okay, so we're going to start the independent part of the driving test now, okay? So I'd like you to go up to the very end of this road, turn right, and then right again, and then I'm going to get you to follow some signs from there. Okay? Okay? As we're waiting at this T-junction to make this right turn, the new road that we're moving on to is a 40 miles per hour road. As the road's fairly busy, we had to wait a little while before we could join. The vehicles on the left-hand side were starting to queue and we couldn't see very well towards the left-hand side of the road. There was a vehicle approaching as we moved out, but they were approaching at a distance but at speed, so this would have gone down as a minor for observation. Once we're on the new road, Mohamed makes good progress with the speed of the road as it's a 40 miles per hour road. If it's safe to do so, drive up to the speed of the road. Okay, I'd like you to follow signs to central London now for a little while. When following behind a vehicle when driving above 30 miles per hour, always make sure to leave at least 2 seconds of gap in front. Now Mohamed has to keep on braking at this point because he's following the van too closely. When going round a roundabout, if your right indicator turns off, remember to reapply if you have time. As Mohamed sees the second exit ahead, he starts using his mirrors and spiralling towards the left-hand lane to take the exit, but he should have put a left indicator on to make it clear that he's leaving. Along this 50 mph slip road, Mohamed makes really good progress to get up to the speed before joining the dual carriageway. As we're joining, you can see there's a lot of congestion and the traffic in front is actually a little bit slower. He should have tried to adjust his speed before joining. We're no longer following any signs from here, okay? No. As we're driving along the carriageway, you can see that everybody from the first lane's trying to move into the second lane. And you can see the traffic in the second and third lane seems to be moving a lot slower than the first lane. With how the traffic is flowing at the moment, you can tell that there must be an obstruction in the left-hand lane which is causing everybody to move into the middle lane. No more signs, I'll tell you whenever I need you to turn, okay? We're just going to come off at Northolt, so we don't need to move anywhere. As we're going forward, you can now see that there's an obstruction in the left-hand lane in the distance ahead. As we're going forward, Mohamed should have started signalling and waiting for the middle lane to give way before moving over. Even at the point that Mohamed does notice the hazard, he starts using his mirrors and signalling, but he's not adjusting his speed. At this point, he could have stopped behind the red car but gets too close and pushes towards the right. He causes the vehicle in the middle lane to have to slow down and stop suddenly as he hasn't given them enough notice that he needs to move over. If needed, he should have stopped in the left-hand lane before the red car, leaving enough space and waiting for the traffic on the right to give way before moving over. On approach to this roundabout, I suggested to use the right-hand lane as the left-hand lane is for going left only. As Mohamed enters the roundabout, he moves towards the left really well. As he reaches island number 1, he uses his mirrors towards the left but should have indicated left to make it clear that he's leaving. the next road on your right. The red car, don't worry about the drives. That's great though, thank you. Okay, give me 1 second. Just take this out when you're done, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do now, okay, so shortly I'm going to get you to carry out the emergency stop. Okay, so we're going to drive down this road. I want you to drive as normal. When it's clear, I'm going to look around. I'm going to give you this signal, stop. And I want you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible when I give you that signal. Okay?
Yep.
But wait for my signal before you stop. Okay, whenever you're ready. Normal, just wait for my signal, okay? Stop! Thank you. I'm not going to be asking you to carry that emergency stop out again, so whenever you're ready, drive off. Thank you. Take the road to the left. Large tree, just on the road, not on the pavement, okay? Yeah. Thank you, that's fine there. Secure the car. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so Mohamed, that's the end of your test. How was the drive for you?
I think there's one possible serious fault.
What is it?
On the highway, when there was the broken down Ferrari,
yeah,
I broke a bit. I was looking for a gap, but the person wouldn't let me through, and I broke a bit late.
Yeah, that's the only serious fault I've got, unfortunately. It was a really good drive up until that point, and because you knew you made a mistake there, we had quite a few minors come in after that point as well. Yeah. I
wasn't 100% sure. I thought I broke a bit. Like, I knew it was late, but I thought.
Okay, think about. Did you realise on that carriageway there was a lot of traffic in the distance?
Yeah.
You should be thinking, wait, why is there traffic all of a sudden? And why is my lane moving faster than everyone else's?
Yeah.
So you left it very late to move over there.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
that's where the issue came in.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're signalling and you're kind of expecting them to give way. We had that silver car and I was actually about to brake at that point.
Yeah.
The lady behind with the black car, she gave you way, but like, you're not really giving them enough time. You're kind of going just up to the car and you're about to move over. Yeah. If it wasn't for that...
I realised late, that's it.
Yeah. Did you notice that there was something that everybody in your lane was moving out for?
Quite late, I only clocked till I saw the actual car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you could see it quite early on that there was a man standing on the pavement. Yeah. Everybody from the left lane was moving over in the distance. And that's kind of the reason why your lane was moving so fast in comparison. Because everybody from your lane was moving over.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do you understand why that's a serious fault?
Yeah.
Besides that, there's lots of good things. I want to talk about your parallel park. Brilliant. Really nice observation, really good control. You parked in a really nice spot and that was great. Okay. Emergency stop, very good stop. Yeah. And even the looking around, great. There's a few things I want to go over in terms of minors. Early on, the first minor that you got was for overtaking that bus. The 120, I think it was. You didn't need to overtake the bus. As you've come up behind the bus was in fact trying to move off.
Yeah, well, I thought it might take a bit I don't know.
It depends. You're supposed to give way to the bus, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So if he's already indicating right, you should have just waited for him.
Okay.
Now, because you've managed to get round and the bus driver didn't actually start moving off there, it was kind of all right. Got away with the minor, and even the lady behind, she's come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should have been giving way to the bus. On 2 separate occasions, when leaving roundabouts, you're not indicating left.
As in,
You know when you're coming off from doing a right turn or...
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, there were 2 indicators missing on that one.
Mm-hmm.
One was cutting the corner nearly at the end here. You know that right turn you did before the emergency stop?
Yeah.
That was nearly a serious. That was the only other potential serious.
Uh-huh.
So I asked you to turn right, and the road we're going into has parked cars on both sides.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really see into the road, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But you still kind of just cut the corner. So you turned across the wrong side, and you're kind of going into the middle when you couldn't see into the road.
Okay.
What if a car was coming?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And lastly, you know when we went on to that dual carriageway before that serious mistake actually happened?
Mm-hmm.
As you're driving down there, I felt like you kept trying to get up to 50, and you could see there was a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I realised.
But you were still trying to go fast. So only drive up to that speed if it's safe. If everyone else is a bit slower, you should have been leaving a bit more space in front of you. And that's kind of the reason why that happened, because you were so quick to try to get up to that speed, you didn't notice. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you think we could have dealt with that issue for next time?
What it says next to it?
Yeah, so awareness and planning, how would you have sorted out that issue with the Ferrari?
Like, I'll probably look ahead further, and I think something must have, like, just more and more, be more proactive.
Yeah, being a bit more aware of what's going on in front, trying to figure out why everybody was moving over.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you saw the man standing or the red car wasn't moving, start checking, but adjusting your speed for the right.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Even if I realised late, but I broke a bit earlier and just...
Yeah, had you noticed a bit late and kind of just stopped and not tried to move over like that, it still would have been okay. And then when they give you way, it's okay.
Okay.
But be...
But it's better not to be in that
you should be planning a little bit more.
Okay.
And just one more last thing. When you were driving behind that large van when we were following signs to central London, you should have kept a bigger distance. You're trying to drive up to 40 and he's kind of driving 35, but you're within your distance, but it's just you've got a large van and you can't see ahead of him.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So only drive up to the speed of the road if it's safe. But overall, really good, especially on all the roundabouts. I had no issues on the roundabouts. Yeah?
Yeah.
So well done for that. But it's okay. Something for you to bear in mind, because you didn't notice.
It's not even that, it's like
the hazard.
Now that I've been in that kind of situation, I think I'd be fine.
Yeah, definitely. There was one more bit where you rolled back. When we got to the end of that road and you stopped, and then you looked, and I think there was like a blue car coming from the right, and you looked both ways. After that car, when you tried to move, you kind of rolled back a little bit.
I thought I could have. I remember that. I thought I could have gone before the blue car.
It was all right that you waited. It was okay. Don't overthink little gaps. Yeah. But at that point, I looked behind, and because you're rolling back, the guy behind was just about to use the horn, but then you managed to get the brake in time.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that I rolled back a bit. Yeah.
So try and control that a little bit quicker, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well done overall, though. But thank you for watching. I hope that video was useful. And as you can see, even though he was driving really well, still made that one fault where he didn't see what was going on ahead. But yeah, just needed to deal with it slightly earlier and safer.
Yeah.
But at least you know for next time.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for watching.